5, 4, 3, 1. Off blast.
Going for the honky tonk version this time, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
We are recording.
We are recording, you know.
Yeah.
And, we've gone country.
Oh, God.
Oh, man, I had to start off with that one.
Yeah, we're trying different things tonight.
Yes. And this may or may not be because we're recording this kind of late at night and we are severely fucking tired. But, anywho.
With
hi, folks,
alcoholic beverages as
Yes.
well.
This is your boy, Fearless Billy Nwanda. And, of course, next to me is our master of board games, Rumm. And, of course, next to him is our delivery man.
Yo.
And, of course, kind of off here in the distance is Ghost Dog.
Or also known as Pootie Dog.
Pootie Dog.
That's right.
Laying on Stomach Dog. Burb Dog.
And Belly Cat will be around shortly.
Yes, Belly Cat will be making an appearance probably sometime during the recording of this podcast.
Seeing as how he's staring at us right now.
Yeah, he's kind of giving that look of, that belly sure looks good. I bet it'd be something strange happen if I were to sit on it. Oh, Lord. Yeah, we're off to a great start tonight.
Yeah, we're just like all over the place right
now. So, like, tonight,
Animus?
well, let's talk some gaming stuff first, because, like, kind of at the very last moment, like, out of nowhere last night, Nintendo announced their online paid service policy for the Switch.
Yeah, you and your Nintendo stuff.
Yes.
You're the only one.
It's pretty much like it's already been established through many a Nebbycast that I'm pretty much the only motherfucker around here who usually talks to Nintendo. But that's okay, though. Because I love my Switch. And the Switch online service actually looks like it's going to be pretty nice. It's going to be a setup of $20 a year. They do have like a 3-month plan for $4, 7-month or a 3-month plan. Yeah, 3-month plan for $4. Yeah, something like that.
But in the end, 20 is the best.
20 a year is like, yeah, that's gonna be your best option.
Yeah, it's aight.
And they actually made a change on their game policy, because originally when they announced the Switch late last year, they had talked about the way the games would work is, well, you get a free downloadable title just for that month, and then at the end of the month you get an option to purchase it, but it would go away otherwise. Well, now the way they're talking is that they're going to add in titles every month, kind of similar to PlayStation Plus. Not only that, but for a lot of their classic older titles, a lot of them are going to be reworked to actually add in online play. So you could be looking at stuff where you could finally be doing, 2-player Super Mario Brothers online, or Excite Bike online,
I still think it would be best with the split screen. Like, where two people are doing the same run at the same time, to see who can get through the game faster.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Instead of, like, switching off every...
Yeah. I mean, it could work. I mean, it just determined, like, I'm sure they're going to unveil a lot more details on this stuff at E3.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, like, I'm pretty excited, actually. The only thing I'm not quite as excited for, though, is Nintendo and their inability to do interwebs properly. In this case, they released Hori Pro, just put out the upcoming Splatoon chat headset. And the way it basically works is that it's not like PlayStation or Xbox where, you just plug your headset into the controller. Or if it's USB based, you plug it in through USB. No, you have to
link your smartphone.
Yeah, you have to use the because with Nintendo, it doesn't do native voice chat or party chat.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
You have to use a smartphone app to do it. Basically because Nintendo is trying to avoid liability and responsibility for people acting like idiots.
Kinsey doesn't agree.
Yeah, Kinsey really isn't agreeing right now. Kinsey's already gone Sundari on me. But yeah, so like you have to like hook it up through a dongle. So it's like you hook the headset up into a dongle. Then there's another cord off the dongle that's supposed to plug into your headphones, which is going to be a problem because most modern smartphones are now going headphone jackless.
That's right.
And then you take the third end and you plug it into the Switch.
Not complicated at all.
So
yeah, really.
So it only works with older iPhones and non-iPhone.
Well, no, because a lot of Androids are now starting to come out without the headphone jack. For example, with my iPhone, I have a 7 Plus. There is a little adapter that you can plug into the Thunderbolt jack at the bottom that allows you to use normal headphones. But again, it's just the fact that they're making it to where you have to use your smartphones in the first place, which I think is just needlessly complex. Unfortunately, a lot of people...
Big Brother is watching.
Well, that, and they also feel a lot of it is a consequence of their partnership with DNA, because DNA is largely a mobile developer.
I don't have a brother.
And as a result, that's what they're going to stick everything to, is mobile development, instead of truly developing something decent on the software OS side. Kind of unfortunate, but...
Yeah, because I don't know much about mobile. Like, is mobile any good?
It can be. Like, the thing is, like, you have to be really careful what mobile games you pick up, because a lot of them are designed to be what we like to call whale games, where a lot of them, in order to get a lot of the really good shit, you gotta pay a shit ton of money, or you have to grind out a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And you have these certain players that are called whales that have no reason or no qualms with just paying thousands upon thousands of dollars to go ahead and get all this shit ahead of time.
Lucky motherfuckers.
Pretty much. But if you can sift through all that crap, you will get to something decent. You'll get some really decent ones out of it. DNA is kind of known for actually making some really good, decent ones. Along with a couple other companies. Some of the games I usually play on mobile are Battle Frontier, Fire Emblem Heroes, and like Miitomo, that kind of stuff.
So, if you're not rich, you're screwed?
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
You can still play the game, it's just...
It'll take you a long while. It's going to be one of those...
You have to spend time rather than money.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to spend money so you don't have to waste as much time.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, Nintendo's actually one of the better developers about that, though. They'll just be like, well, something special like you won't have to spend as much time or as much money.
Can you fix that?
What, are we talking about,
Yeah, right beside you.
Belly Cat? Belly Cat is now saying hi. Hi, Belly Cat. Meow meow. Belly Cat is also decided to be Sundari and is now going to run off into his hidey hole. Anywho, moving on. So, yeah, those are the two big deals, like, for gaming this week. Again, everything's just really slow going into E3, so that's kind of what I wanted to talk a little bit about on the gaming side. So, dank animus.
Wait. What about the obsession over sports? EA Sports. And Japanese people. I did not know that.
Who to what now?
This is an interesting one. So, EA Sports and Japanese folks, I never knew there was a correlation. Expand upon this real quick, Adon.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Well, I'm talking about how Japan apparently is obsessed or very enthused with EA Sports. So they're nuts about it.
If anything, it's got to be FIFA.
Yeah. Or baseball.
That too, like, well, I don't know though, because like the EA, like I know they develop like an MLB style game, but
yeah, Big Show.
The Big Show, but I don't think they have anything.
MLB
Well,
The Show.
there are a lot of glorious Nihon players that are now in the Major League Baseball. I mean, hell, we've got, of course, we're all Texas-based, so we got the Rangers, and we've got Yu Darvish, so...
And in terms of basketball, we got the Mavericks. Is it the
Mavericks, but the big foreign player on the Mavericks is, of course, Dirk Nowitzki.
We don't have any sponsors, so... Okay.
This is true. I don't know. With the camera quality, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. It's like, Nevicast. Sponsored by...
Nothing.
Yeah. Sponsored by our souls.
Yeah. Click, like, and support, and subscribe.
But, yeah, I would say, a lot of it probably, EA Sports is probably one of the few American companies that can succeed very well in the glorious Nihon and Asia in general. Mainly just built off of the backs of FIFA and MLB probably, because of all the Asian players in there. FIFA, of course, is just a monster everywhere you go.
Soccer is the most popular game in the entire world.
Yep. Or as our buddy watching from afar says, it would be proper football.
That's right. It's football.
Football.
I can do without any sports. So especially that one. It's so boring.
Missing out, man.
Ah, man. You and I, back there.
Yes.
Outside. Right now. Yeah.
It's okay, you need to have a meeting with Belly Cat as punishment for not liking football. Hopefully, Belly Cat is not 100% Zune, 0% Donnie. Good luck with that.
But, just as a digression, what was this anime, soccer, these kids?
I think
Super
it's...
Champions or something like that?
I know one of the really big ones was, Inuzama 11, I believe.
That was about little girls playing basketball or something like that.
No, I believe it was the title of the...
Oh, what was it? What was that one called? I forgot.
Now, I know there's a show called Kuroko no Basket, which was a basketball anime that was really popular.
Back in the 90s, there was this anime about soccer and about, of course, kids playing soccer, and they had different teams from different countries, and...
Yeah, the most popular one as of late is Inazuma 11.
Okay.
It is based off the video games that were created by Level 5. And it's not a Shonen Jump title, but it does have a lot of popularity.
Yeah, and I remember, as another digression, that G-Force had this episode on baseball. And, these villains had bats, and they would bat bombs that were baseballs. And that was their thing. They would hit baseballs that were bombs. So anyway, I remember that even back in the 90s,
sports was
in anime was huge.
Yeah, another really good one was Hajime no Ippo, which was
baseball. No, that was a boxing one.
Yep, boxing.
Boxing.
Prince of Tennis is another one.
Yeah. Which ironically, especially in the 2000s, a lot of Kamen Rider actors got their start through Prince of Tennis musicals. That's a neat little factoid. That's actually how I learned of Prince of Tennis in the first place, is that both Decade's main actor, Masahiro Inoue, and Ren Toriyama, who's main actor for Kamen Rider Double, they both came about through Prince of Tennis. Yeah.
And this is why digressions are important.
Yes, this is why digressions are important.
Because he's so hard-boiled.
He is so hard-boiled. And apparently I found out recently he's going to be at Japan World Heroes, which is a big Tokukon that Power Morphicon is spinning off.
Tokukon. What is Tokukon?
It's pretty much all the like Kamen Rider and Sentai shows and
Yeah, Tokusatsu.
And where is this? Is this in
It's gonna be in California.
California? California.
Like tickets are actually.
I hear they know how
cheap.
to party.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Here we come.
Yeah,
And that was my yodeling bit
Yeah.
for tonight.
Yeah, that's enough of that.
we should do something in California.
Like move there.
Yeah.
Lols. Okay, we're digressing a little bit too much. Let's go back
to the Animus.
Back to the Animus. So the main thing I actually wanted to talk about tonight is
My Hero Academia. That's like my go-to thing.
Yeah, that's like your main obsession right now. It's just like, it's like feel the power of Deku in your veins, kind of stuff like
Plus Ultra.
Yeah.
Plus Ultra. Just sit there, just go walking around like work all the time, just being like, yeah, I was eating to get a tall latte plus ultra.
That's right.
You gotta go beyond.
Yeah. You need to go beyond this Americano plus ultra.
What's the power? The power of one, or
all for one.
All for one. There you go.
All
for one.
Or is it one for all? I can't remember which one it was.
They're like All Might's one for all,
and that's good.
One for all.
Yeah, that's right. Y'all haven't. Y'all still haven't.
It's still not on the anime. Don't spoil it. You need to catch up on the anime so you know what you can talk about.
Yeah, and you need to read the manga, brah.
No. I'm busy enough as it is.
So the episodes on My Hero Academia and Hunter x Hunter and Attack on Titan have not come out on subs. On dubs, I mean. I don't know why.
What are you talking about?
Well, Attack on Titan, there's a good reason, and it's mainly because of stuff going on in Japan right now. And also stuff going on with Cartoon Network. So
Really? Because it's an Adult Swim, I'm guessing.
Yeah, because it's a Toonami deal, and Funimation is contractually obligated to sync up with Toonami.
Motherfuckers.
So yeah, I think last weekend they ran a Samurai Jack marathon.
Yeah.
So that's probably what did you in on that one. And plus, like the other deal too is a lot of times there can be broadcast delays between when it's broadcast in Glorious Nihon and then when Crunchyroll and or Funimation finally get it. Like
no, because Crunchyroll's been getting it, but Funimation hasn't.
It's again, it's contractual stuff. Like, there's
depending
still
on seasons and that kind of shit.
Huh?
Seasons.
No, it's more with like you said with Toonami, because they can't air it that specific time. They have to delay it
by a week.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then for a lot of the other shows,
I'm caught up on the subs, but you have to wait for the dubs.
Yeah, that's a basic deal. And again, for the shows that aren't on Toonami but are still delayed, it is usually due to the Glorious Nihon broadcaster. Either they are delaying getting the scripts out to Funimation so they can dub it,
or it's Golden Week or something,
or it's like Golden Week or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So, because even with Crunchyroll, there were a few shows where they got delayed by quite a few hours because, the Glorious Nihon broadcasters wouldn't give them the go-ahead to upload it. Which would then suck, because I remember, especially Kill La Kill, there are a few pivotal episodes that Crunchyroll was forced to delay because of Aniplex taking their sweet time, and in the meantime, subgroups already had the episode up. So...
Yeah, and subs, I know that subs is easier. It involves less people, less investment of money.
Yeah, I mean, you still have to have a team behind it, because it takes quite a few people to go through all that dialogue and translate it properly.
Editing, quality control.
Cat being Sundare in the back and trying to once again find a box that if it fits, he sits.
Well, he found a box, so he went inside. I'm surprised it didn't fall.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But, yeah. So, I mean, like, they do have to have, like, a team of folks working on stuff. But with the dub version, of course, you have the added amount of having to get your voice actors together. They have to do a cold read. They have to really get, used to the material. Go through actually recording the scenes together, making sure that, the dialogue is still matching up. Right. And that's kind of rough to do on a simulcasting or simuldubbing schedule.
When they're doing simuldubs, they're having to release it like an hour after it airs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the other deal is too is that those simuldubs, I know they're dependent upon getting the original scripts from Japan.
And when it comes to subs, all they gotta do is just encode the
encode
text
stuff up, and they're good to go.
Yeah, and use appropriate translators or translation.
And there goes the box.
Yeah. It's the box episode.
Yeah.
But
just boxing everything up.
Yeah, we're just boxing everything up. But speaking of one anime that's kind of caught my eye recently is actually not of Glorious Nihon origin at all whatsoever. It is a Chinese production entirely. In recent years, of course, China has been making a lot of multimedia inroads, kind of based off of the Korean Hallyu wave, and now they've come out with their first big breakout hit, The King's Avatar. It is a esports anime in which a Brozev, who used to be like the top champion of this MMO style game, kind of has a fall from grace, ends up working at an internet cafe, and then decides to jump back in the hard way to take his crown back. Kind of reminds me in a weird way of God of Cookery. Really awesome Stephen Chow flick, by the way.
Or sounds kind of like what was that show that Freddie W did?
What, Video Game High School?
That one.
Yeah. But yeah, the really nice part about it though is because I was sitting there trying to look is there a subgroup doing this? Because I've not seen it on Crunchyroll, haven't seen it on Funimation, so nobody's picked it up domestically. But you can actually watch it for free on YouTube. Through Tencent Video's own YouTube channel. So that I thought was a really nice touch because it's kind of once again showing the gigantic contrast between Japan when it comes over to their media properties versus Korea and now China, in which they're wanting to spread their culture out a lot more rapidly. So they're jumping out there and they're just being like, hey man, you want to watch this stuff? Here we go. Here you go. It's all there for you.
Yeah, in Japan, they're all like, oh, this is only for Japanese people. We don't understand why other people like this.
Yeah, I mean, that attitude actually comes up quite a bit, which is really kind of surprising.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I mean, it looks like really top-notch stuff. I've watched a few clips of it so far. And, yeah, I'm probably going to dive right into it. So, look for a lot of my thoughts about The King's Avatar in the next few weeks coming up on NeviCast.
So is this Chinese dubbed into English, or...?
It has not been dubbed yet. But I imagine, because of how popular the series is getting, it'll probably be a no-brainer for Funimation to pick up. It's just going to be interesting because it's a Chinese production.
Yeah, Funimation's pretty much the only dog in the show right now, other than Aniplex or something like that. But they don't really have that many, that much stuff they're doing right now here in the States.
Well, I mean, Aniplex is more of a boutique retailer.
Yeah.
They're namely the ones where you...
Yeah, back in the day, it was like ADV.
ADV, manga,
and
entertainment, Funimation. I think they were called Central Park Media.
Yeah, there's at least 4 or 5.
4 or 5 companies, and ironically and crazily enough, a lot of them were based out of here in Texas.
Yeah. I pretty much, most of my collection was through ADV stuff.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yep. God. ADV, which actually kind of... They survived in spirit by becoming Sentai Filmworks.
I feel old.
Well, that is kind of one of the nice parts about this podcast is that we're all old fogies.
Yep.
In anime years.
We eventually will date ourselves.
Pretty much.
I already do.
Well, give it enough years and I will turn into a proper Santa Claus.
Ho, ho, ho.
So this, it's a Chinese production, but the voices are in Japanese?
No, voices are in Chinese.
Chinese, okay.
100% Chinese stuff. It's just, right now, they're actually, like, they have a sub version up on their YouTube channel.
Okay. For
the show. Because, they're wanting people to get behind it and, boost it up in popularity.
That is very interesting.
Sort of like how, Whack Fu went through. It got really popular.
Yeah. Because that one is actually a French production, but because of its, art style being very anime-ish, it garnered a lot of fans. The combination of that and the Crossmaster board game.
Yep.
Which was pilfered around by Japanime Games all over the place. They were just like...
So what was with I never did understand the whole name change. Why didn't they just call it Whack Fu, the board game?
Because with Crossmaster, for example, the Brotherhood of the Tofu figures that are from the Wakfu animated series, originally those were only a Kickstarter deal. With Crossmaster, the way the storyline works is that it's actually kind of a in-between dimension. So they pull heroes from both Dofus and Wakfu and compete in the arena.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Tekken Tag 2. Just non-canon, in other words.
Not familiar, so. And there goes Kenzie pulling the rest of the...
It's now Kenzie's just like, I am Baldo Gay now. I'm happy. I'm going to sleep now. Yeah, but it's really kind of interesting on that kind of stuff.
It's getting stronger the lower I get.
Oh, Lord.
No, but it is interesting how there's some geopolitical thing going on there with China and Japan.
Well, yeah. They've always had this whole...
Yeah.
They've always been at loggerheads a great extent. China's even at loggerheads with Korea. Entertainment-wise, because China and Korea are in a dispute right now over some territory... a lot of the Chinese artists that were kind of loaned out to Korean entertainment companies, they can't really promote the groups right now with them. Unless you're there's been a couple of exceptions, like Dreamcatcher getting a clothing deal with a company in China, but everything's been kind of locked out lately. Which again makes the timing of this anime coming out really kind of interesting.
Yeah, a little awkward, maybe.
Well, yeah, definitely a little awkward, but you can't deny the quality of the production. So, and it's going to be one of those that's going to probably end up on a lot of people's end of year lists. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So,
I'll give it a shot. Check it out.
Yeah, probably on the YouTube link we'll put up a link for it on our Nebicast description.
Link in the description below.
Yeah, and learn Mandarin.
Oh lordy! Now you done it. Now you got a bunch of brown coats. They're all gonna be running around just can't take the sky from me.
Okay, Billy.
No, yeah, so at this point, I kind of wanted to jump in here, this is going to obviously be, a much shorter Nebicast tonight. The main reason why is because a lot of us are actually starting the final gear up for A-Kon.
Gear.
So...
Up.
Gear up.
Slowly.
Gear up.
Slowly but surely. So, for the rest of the night, I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about... some interesting stuff that we kind of checked out in the lead up to A-Kon and kind of what we're hoping for, hopes, dreams, expectations, all that nice little jazz.
When is it? Is it 6 days now?
Something like that. It
6
starts.
days?
Yeah, about 6 days.
Starts on the 8th through the
11th.
Yes. Yeah. So for those of y'all who are like probably either watching this abroad or watching this out of state
or listening,
yeah, like if you're listening through iTunes and whatnot, A-Kon is a anime convention that's held in Dallas, usually every June.
Second largest
con in the country.
Yep.
And it's also the oldest running anime convention in the country.
This is the 27th year running, I believe.
Something like that.
Because it's A-Kon. Well, it's A-Kon 28. So is it 28 years or?
Yeah, 20. It'd be 28 years.
28 years.
28 years of A-Kon.
Insanity.
Yep, pretty much. And this year they actually changed it up quite a bit. They moved from Dallas to Fort Worth.
Yeah, huge convention center.
Yeah. Me and A-Kon actually had an adventure a couple days ago.
Did you have your adventure sword?
Yes, we did. Adventure sword, adventure shield, adventure pads.
Just
spell book.
Yes.
Well, we also had our adventure coffee because we only got like 3 hours of sleep the night before.
Adventure dog as well.
That sounds about like Ellie.
Yeah, adventure dog as well. Yeah, our the night before, our Hungies captain Ellie was like, "Hey, bros, you want to go like check out Fort Worth in the morning? Sure, that's cool. Okay, here's some more beers. We're gonna stay up and play Overwatch till like 4 in the morning."
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So like, you know,
did you get her obsessed on that game, or is it just naturally happened?
Well, it was kind of a combination of both. Like Overwatch, of course, went on sale, and that was the main reason why everybody jumped on it because it was just like, hey, $40 with PlayStation Plus pricing, might as well. And it's been off to the races ever since.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, so we sit there and like, we all got dragged up early in the morning and then drove out to downtown Fort Worth. And of course, you know, with a lot of downtown metropolitan areas, you kind of have to be careful about where everything's located. Streets can be confusing, where to park can be kind of off kilter. But I do have to say, I think Fort Worth has got one of the cleanest downtowns that I've seen so far.
I agree.
I think I've driven through there, but I've never actually like stopped anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I've been there for a couple times, like about 3 times now when I've gone to Bass Performance Hall to check out concerts. But today was my first day, like actually, that was the first day actually wandering around in detail. And, you know, Fort Worth Convention Center is going to be huge. I mean, we walked around to the front of the building, which kind of looked like a dome, so to speak. And we were thinking, oh, okay, well, that's the convention center right there, you know? And then we found out that, yeah, there's a lot more to it. It's really big in size. I would say it's definitely got a lot more space than the Anatole did.
Oh, yeah, like I would say 2 times, 3 times.
Yeah, 2 to 3 times the space. For those of y'all who don't know, we're referring to the Hilton Anatole, which is over in downtown Dallas.
Yeah,
where A-Kon's been for the last 3 years.
Near the medieval times here in Dallas.
So
the reason why I think it's cleaner is because right on either side of the convention center there are 2 parks. There are the water park, and then this other open area which has a lot of restaurants and green areas where you can take you take your dogs. Like, it's a dog park.
Yeah, there's a lot of park-like areas around there.
Yeah, it's gonna be really popular with cosplayers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we already in the water garden area. For one, we already know there's gonna be a lot of phones lost.
Yeah.
And then there's this kind of amphitheater style area, right, in the same section, and we pretty much all know. We sat there and walked past, and it's like, yep, that's where the ravers are gonna go.
What's going to be insane? What's going to be insane is that there are 3 hotels surrounding the convention center. There's the Omni, the Sheraton, and the Hilton.
Yeah. We actually went and kind of checked out all three.
Yeah.
Because, like, we were kind of having to do some recon stuff for other members of the Nebby Nibbler group. As well as, we just kind of wanted to get a look and feel for all the hotels ourselves. And all three of them are actually positioned to where, they're, like, getting to the convention center is a less than 5-minute walk. And that's really nice. I was the most impressed with the Omni. But the Omni is kind of the premium hotel.
It's the priciest.
It's the priciest of the three.
And, it's like hoity-toity, really.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Hoity-toity.
Yeah, exactly.
It also has a distinction of, funnily enough, being the quiet hotel of the three.
That's funny.
With the Sheraton and the Hilton, they're both designated as
party ones.
Kind of party ones. Also, there's also going to be activities going on. Like a lot of A-Kon's late night shit will be going on in those two hotels.
Yeah. You can come over to our hotel room. We're going to have, like, that'll be the party room, and then you guys can be the quiet one.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll switch up. You guys pay for that one, and then we'll go stay in yours.
Yeah.
The quiet, and then
and then switch.
But now, like, the Omni is supposed to be the quiet hotel, yet it also will be hosting all of the console gaming. Think of the irony of that one.
Yeah,
it's gonna be loud as fuck.
Yeah, like how that is going to happen is a mystery.
Yeah, because the console room is like 24/7.
Yes, indeed.
So, and it's gonna be like everybody up there. Like I'm sure
24/4.
Huh?
There's only 4 days of the convention, so it's not gonna be 7.
But close enough. Close enough.
But if I were to get drunk, I would think it's an amazing idea to say, "Hey, I want to play games right now. I want to go to the room."
Yeah.
And be as loud and boisterous as I'm always when I'm drunk. So that's going to be interesting.
As has been seen in previous Nebby casts.
Oh yes, many.
I remember when you were talking about diabolical lovers and just kept saying the same thing over and over again.
I would say that word over and over and over and over.
It was
and
funny.
Over, yes.
The virtues of the virtues of the virtuality.
Virtuality.
But
of the virtues.
Yes. But moving forward a little bit though, like the way that A-Kon's kind of being set up this year is actually looking to be like of all the years I've been going to A-Kon, like I've never seen them go pull out all the stops that they are when it comes to their guest list and a lot of the acts that they're trying to get. Like it really feels like they are trying to really aim for that AX crowd numbers.
It is pretty impressive because I was looking also over the list of the unofficial meetups, and they're doing the meetups for the more popular animes as well. And I don't know if you noticed this, but there's also a meetup for cosplayers with disabilities.
Huh.
So that is new. I don't know if you've seen that before, but I didn't see that until last year. I saw it last year.
Yeah. Yeah, I know they were starting to expand to that last year, but yeah, it's nice that they're giving a full focus on that.
I remember, what was it, like 3 years ago? They did like that speed dating as well.
Yes.
Yeah, although that I don't really see coming back.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. I participated in that.
You did?
Yeah.
Alright.
It's like, some of the girls were cute and all, but yeah.
I actually went to the What Can We Do Better panel at the end of the convention when they did that. And there was this guy who was gay, and he had the balls. I cannot believe it. Like, he had the balls to say, "Can you do that for gay people?" And that was pretty impressive. Like, I was genuinely impressed. Like, that guy has balls. Cause
yeah, he does.
You know,
he's gay.
He's gay.
I mean.
So, and then it was a shame that they didn't further that, because I think that would be much more inclusive, because anime conventions and cosplay and these events attract all kinds of people, and that's one of the reasons why I really think that these kinds of events are important. because they're outlets for people who are in the fringes of mainstream, and and like that was a shame. That was sad.
Yeah, I mean, anime is is definitely one of those more higher profile communities that's known for its inclusiveness and known for the fact that it doesn't matter what race, sex, orientation, gender, age, it's a really universal type fandom. And one of the things that it does lack in, though, and a lot of it's because anime, as a fandom, is still kind of coming into its own versus the more established comic fandoms, Finn, Filk, all that kind of stuff. So a lot of the more inclusive panelings and topics are really just now starting to come into their own in the 2010 generation decade. But I think we are getting there pretty well. So
I think we are too. Something that I've seen. Speaking of the progression of conventions, and speaking of about this new, I think it's a new transition or evolution, because Fort Worth is very different from what we've seen previously. Because to the best of my knowledge, the convention was held inside the hotel. Yeah. And people stayed in the hotel, and that's where you stayed. You didn't go outside. But in Fort Worth, you have to go outside. There's the convention center in the center, obviously, but then you have the surrounding hotels.
In other words, there's no real you're gonna have a lot of otaku and nerds and geeks wandering through downtown Fort Worth. It's not going to be just contained to one area.
Yes, exactly. It's going to be invaded, completely flooded.
Yeah, and which is going to be really interesting because the Clyburn competition is also the weekend of A-Kon.
Yes.
Is it that piano?
Yeah, the piano competition.
Yes.
Yeah. It's one of the most world famous, prestigious piano competitions around.
Yeah, top notch.
And we're going to be sharing some space together.
Yeah, I've been hearing about that on NPR. So.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people were having problems trying to get rooms for A-Kon even at the last minute, and it was mainly because, there's only so much the hotels could give because of the Clyburn.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I think A-Kon partnered with Hotels for Hope, and they went and did a multi-hotel deal right off the bat, because they weren't going to be able to lock in the entirety of the Sheraton, Omni, and Hilton blocks because of the Clyburn.
And that is hoity-toity. That is hoity-toity.
Yeah.
So, with this evolution, with the Fort Worth, with disabilities, for example, I've noticed this progression into, first it was the more obvious, in my opinion, with wheelchairs. And then you had people with other kinds of disabilities, with mental disabilities or something like that. And then more visual disabilities, which was interesting because when I started going to A-Kon, I didn't see that. Because 2010 was my first A-Kon. And I didn't see much attention to people with visual disabilities, because I'm thinking, and it would make sense, they're visually impaired, they can't see it, so why bother? It doesn't matter. It's not worth it. But I've seen an evolution. I don't know if you've noticed, because I've actually, I don't know if it's because I'm paying more attention, but I've noticed I see at least 2 people with a cane at the convention every year.
Yeah, there have been more of an uptick in those who are visually impaired, those who have disabilities. It's also kind of come with the kind of adjustments that I've been starting to gradually see with A-Kon staff. Because I remember, in the beginning, with our story last week of you and the knife, as a result, you are actually pretty well known amongst a lot of the A-Kon uppers.
Yes.
Because, between that and the fact that you regularly attend the What Can We Do Better deal, It was like we went to mini A-Kon, which is like this little mini event they throw in the top of the year, and we walk in, and everybody's like, "Oh, hey, Don, what's up?"
Now, funnily enough, 2010 was my first A-Kon as well.
That is ironic. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We came down here right before we moved here in 2011.
Yep.
So yeah,
So our stories that we were sharing, were the same year.
It's the same year.
Yeah.
and I think it's very nice to be recognized for whatever reason. Like, oh yeah, this guy, like, he made an asshole of himself. We know he is, you know, like.
Yeah.
When do you not?
Never.
Never happened.
No.
Not once.
No.
But the main deal, though, is like, you know, unfortunately, none of us will ever have the pool of swag chicken guy.
Yeah. Swag chicken.
But
swag. Yeah.
Something else that helps is that and I recommend everybody to attend the buffet, the charity buffet.
The buffet.
The buffet.
The buffet.
The buffet.
Because you get to know, like, splendid figures such as D. Pitty, who I had no idea. And yeah. So, but yeah, like, it's going to be interesting to see, because I don't think even Fort Worth is ready for A-Kon.
No, they're not.
Yeah. No.
I did think it was cool that they actually had some banners up in downtown Fort Worth. No.
Now we're going on Consuelo. No, Mr. Superman, no here. He almost did a spit take. Did it go up your nose a little bit?
No.
Oh.
No.
I mean,
and that's the way it kind of almost goes with like our Three Men Nebby cast a lot of the time, is that we descend into Consuelo jokes.
yeah, we do.
But
quite a bit.
Because when we went to the Omni...
No.
When we went to the Omni and we were talking with the staff there about A-Kon, they actually had a meeting about A-Kon.
Mm-hmm.
They were called into a meeting to talk about A-Kon. That's how big it is. It's thousands of people.
Yeah.
Like, what was the last number? 26,000?
I'll do some checking real quick on the
It's
numbers.
a lot of people.
It was like 32,000.
Something like that. There's a lot of people.
Yeah, because there's let's see, there goes.
And then I think the last one I went to was 2014?
2014.
Yeah.
Yeah, their attendance in 2016 was 32,639.
There you go.
Now that is not what's called turnstile, which is where they just count all the warm bodies. That is actually badges.
That is
number
only
of badges.
badges.
Yeah.
So consider that some people don't even get badges.
Yeah, like a lot of times, like people will just go to the public space and just hang out, and that's their con experience.
Like your friend Kenneth, who plays board games all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, like, because I have several friends, like, both in cosplay and gaming and whatnot, who a lot of times, you know, like, they're not really there necessarily to go to the dealer's room or check out panels, so they really don't get a badge, but instead what they just do is they're there for the social experience. So they'll hang out in the public spots. But, you know, it still helps with bolster the nature of the con as well.
Yeah, because, I mean, some people, because they're going for the social experience, they will go in cosplay, and they have their groups as well. And so they'll be part of the convention. They just won't go to the panels, pretty much. I mean, that's the only difference. But this is 32,600 and whatever badges.
Yep. Damn near 33.
So, picture that amount of people in downtown Fort Worth. Like, any downtown, really.
Yeah.
Of any city. Like, 30,000 people in
I don't know about any city, because I'm from a really, really small town, and there's probably 5,000 people in the whole town.
Yeah.
So
I'm talking about major cities.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Chicago or Boston or...
Be more specific.
Yeah, okay. I will do that.
I grew up in front of a cornfield, man.
Okay. Yes.
I grew up in the
Oh, God, no!
Gotta drive
No!
back in my Chevy.
Yeah.
It was a Lumina. It was a Chevy Lumina.
Oh,
It was
snap.
It was a red Chevy Lumina. That was what I trained on. That was my training car.
So,
I remember back in my Lumina.
It was until my dad gave me a 1970s Dodge Ram. It had a grand-
Oh!
pick
it
up
kept
trucks.
it kept flooding, so
Yeah.
like I kept getting stalled all over the place. Anyway,
This country.
yeah, screw you guys.
Go
I hate
country.
you both. I hate you both.
I hate you both. Let's say that's the thing, like in every country
Here.
song, it's
Wait.
almost like...
Wait. I gotta do this. Double.
No. So, I would say, what I think we should talk about recommendations for conventions. Like, what should we bring? What did we not bring last conventions
More
or previous
alcohol.
conventions?
More alcohol. To kind of open up with, I mean, some things that are definitely essential is, like I said, if you're with a group, make sure that you put together a good grocery list. Like, we kind of talked about this a couple Nevi casts ago. If you're going solo, bring yourself either a messenger bag or like a backpack. Make sure you pack in some water, some granola, a little bit of Gatorade. Make sure that you have enough money to get yourself at least some kind of a decent bite to eat. Don't sit there and go up there just thinking you're going to survive off of like Twinkies and like cupcakes all day.
Especially since they changed the recipe for Twinkies. God,
But,
those things suck.
I did not know.
And then if you're
I
like,
got some in the cabinet. I'll let you try some.
and something else too is that, you know, if you you're in a group, you get a hotel room. Make sure that you bring like pillows. Make sure that you bring either a blanket or a sleeping bag of some nature, because it's not gonna like be able to fit 5 dudes on a bed. Somebody's gonna have to sleep on that floor, and you may not necessarily have room for all 5 of your queen or king size air mattresses.
I've cot size, so that should be good.
Yeah, true that.
Cots are good.
Yeah, cots are another thing to take along with you. The coolers are definitely a must if you're going to be rooming.
Even if your room has a mini fridge, bring a cooler.
Yeah, still bring a cooler, because that way, because you can only fit so much stuff in those hotel mini fridges, and some hotels even have a policy of, you open this mini fridge to use it for anything, you're paying for the usage.
And ice is free.
Mm-hmm. Although be careful with that one, because you can run out of ice at a convention.
Yeah.
And staying in a hotel room is always a better idea. Always. Never.
Says the guy who commuted
Yes.
like an hour,
Yeah.
over an hour.
Exactly.
The lesson from somebody who commuted from Garland to downtown Dallas.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
It was about an hour and a half. So
By train.
Train.
By the way. Now
Yes.
it wasn't as bad when we were like driving from Farmers Branch.
yeah, but we were driving, so that's what...
Yeah, we were driving though.
But yeah, like with this kind of a situation, because like the convention's taking place like almost an hour to 2 hours away,
yeah,
it's better to stay in a hotel room.
that's another thing that I thought was interesting, because in Fort Worth the public transportation is not good. It's severely lacking in.
So they have a really nice downtown, but they have no public transportation.
They
They don't have necessarily the fundage that Dart gets.
No.
Matter of fact, I think I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the TRE and the T is probably funded by Dart.
So it's time to sign up for some Uber, and then sign up to be an Uber driver, and then go drive downtown.
Yeah, you could probably get away with that ish too.
Actually, that's a very good point. Like, think of investing on Lyft or Uber.
Yeah. I mean, Lyft and Uber can be kind of expensive, but
if you really got to get out somewhere and you don't have transportation of your own,
sometimes you just got to do it.
You got to do it, and it's gonna be like, don't be surprised if it's $20 or $30. I mean, easily.
Yeah, easy. So keep that in mind.
Bring lots of cash.
Yeah, like that's the other deal too. Like, especially for a lot of you con goers who like to, spend lots of money on the dealer's room and like the artist alley section.
Yeah, you can use your card, but
a lot of dealers don't deal with credit cards or debit cards.
Even if they do, you still get a cash discount sometimes.
Yeah, like they generally tend to recommend cash more than anything else because like they'll sit there and tell you like, look, bros, if I charge you for a credit card or if you do your card, you're gonna end up paying more.
Yep.
Right.
So yeah, if at all possible, like don't like take out $500 because I'm pretty sure that you're not gonna spend $500 in one day.
No.
Well, hopefully you don't spend $500.
You could, but
You could, but yeah, that would be kind of like, blowing $2,000 on a sword kind of, time.
Like at
like at the Red Fair.
Yeah. I know somebody that did that actually.
Yeah.
I know somebody that spent $2,000 on a pair of boots too.
True that.
Yeah.
And didn't you spend like, what was it, $500-600 on yours?
It was $480.
Yeah.
Those are some good boots.
There are some good boots. They'll last you for life.
They'll last me for at least 30 years.
Yeah.
Because
Nice.
They're handcrafted boots.
Yeah, but coming back to topic,
Real
like just take out what money you need at a time. Kind of plan ahead on what you're planning on getting. Also keep in mind that look for the vendors that are selling the really rare stuff. The stuff that you can't just jump on Ami or Hobby Japan or Hobby Link.
Like Pepe.
Is
a rare Pepe.
Rare Pepe. And look for trash burbs.
That's right.
Trash doves.
Yes. Yeah, but look for the really rare stuff that is going to have some value. And if anything, I'd recommend jumping more in the artist alley because you got a lot of artists in there that are cranking out spectacular work, and you can get some really good prints up there.
Yep.
So,
and one thing that you can do is you can also talk with the artist or with the vendor, whoever is selling the merchandise, and saying, "Can you put that aside for me?" And
because a lot of them are willing to do that.
Exactly. So
if it means making money,
they'll take care of it.
Because one thing that happens often is that you see something that really catches your eye and you're super excited and you purchase it. You just buy it.
Yeah.
And then it always happens. You go to the next table and it's cheaper, or you find something even better, even something that is more to your liking.
I will say the cheaper part doesn't happen as much anymore because I've going to conventions for the last few years. I will jump around and take a look at other booths to see what their prices are on certain things. A lot of vendors who share the same merchandise will tend to have the same price all around. Very rarely do I run into anything nowadays where I'll go to one vendor and it's a little bit cheaper.
What is nice about having that put aside is that it's there, and it's not being sold. So you can come back to it. It's still there.
Go run off to the ATM, come back, get your new shiny, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Boo.
Because that's happened to me a couple of times. And also, expect to spend $200.
Yeah,
I would say.
If you're gonna do dealers room stuff, you're gonna blow through at least a couple hundred. Because there's gonna be probably a board game or two that'll interest you. There'll probably be some figurines that you'll really be into. Maybe a plushie or two.
Ducky Makuro.
Yeah.
Get a big love pillow.
Yeah,
That's what I was gonna say.
like a love pillow, like a sweatshirt or a t-shirt, or like
Yeah.
you said, like a hat, something like that.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of that stuff will tend to be popular, so be prepared to bring spending money. And if you don't, like, the very minimum, though, make sure you first secure your food money.
Yeah.
Make sure you keep that ish put up. And then get your spending money ready to go.
Yep.
One thing that is important to distinguish between credit cards and cash, I think most of us are now used to using more of the card than cash because it's safer and you can keep better track.
If the card gets stolen, then you can always dispute the claims. Whatever.
Yes, exactly. The problem with that at conventions is that if you purchase something and you change your mind or whatever and you have your receipt, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep in mind, almost every vendor will tell you flat out all sales are final. They will have it in big fucking letters, at every single booth. And that's just mainly because with a lot of these guys are having to travel around. They don't have the time nor the mental exertion to be able to sit there and try to get refund transactions dealt with.
Yep.
So, if you really want that shit, keep in mind that you're going to have to keep it.
Yep.
And you change your mind a few hours later, well, there is the A-Kon swap meet.
That's right.
So always keep that in mind.
Well, this is just A-Kon, though. No telling what other cons do. So.
Yeah, there's always stuff. And plus on top of that, even if there's no swap meet type of deal, there's always, Craigslist, there's always eBay.
And you could always start one at the convention if there's no swap meet.
Yep, true that.
Say, hey, we're doing a swap meet at this such and such time. Whatever.
That's right. And actually, that brings a very good point, which I, as a person who am starting to use fucking apps and iPhones and shit like that, I'm starting to notice, shit like that, you can do that at the convention.
Yep. Takes seconds.
It takes seconds. Fucking technology. It drives me insane.
But at least it's not quite like Demon Lord Hans in technology.
Yeah,
No.
where he's still using old
Still,
Flip phone.
he
No, it's
uses
not.
his old flip phone.
It's not a flip phone.
It's like a slider, isn't it?
No. It's just like a little BlackBerry.
Yeah, it's a BlackBerry-esque phone.
Okay.
But as we know, Demon Lord Hans lives in the Edo period.
Yeah.
So
And
that's where
it doesn't even have any data or anything like that.
yeah, that's where all of his sustenance comes from.
Yeah. So
he only pulls from Wi-Fi. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So
It's okay. He'll be ribbing the shit out of us while we're gone.
That's right.
Because, next week's format's going to be kind of a little...
Aren't we going to record on the Sunday?
Because, our plan is that for next week, we're going to be kind of taking a week off for most of our stuff. You're not going to see an FM Panda Plays. We're going to have Thoughtful Thursday.
I'm not sure if I'm going to have...
Yeah, I don't think we're going to do a Rumm Plays or probably not a Pants Plays either. But we will be back to record Nevicast.
I don't know. He'll still probably want to play his Pants Plays, though.
True that. So you'll probably see a Pants Plays.
Yeah.
So look forward to the Pants Plays. And then Nevicast will actually be kind of a little off-kilter. We're going to be kind of doing it from two perspectives. The one of the Demon Lord who is alone in the castle, off to, do Demon Lord stuff that only Demon Lord Hans can do.
Right.
Hookah and reading and writing.
Yes. So you guys are going to get a little bit of talk about that kind of stuff.
Video games.
Yes. And then, of course, we'll all be kind of it's going to be kind of scrunching between a lot of us talking about our A-Kon experience. So kind of look forward to that.
Well, should we alright, I have an idea. When we go to A-Kon, you have a smartphone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have some, because I know what you're talking about. We're going to do some vlog stuff as well.
Do some personal vlogs and then edit it all together for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I actually have to say, I finally joined the 21st century.
Nice.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Took you long enough.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, he finally.
Did you still have like the car phone? And, like,
yeah.
Had like you had to plug it in the cigarette lighter.
Yeah, that's right.
It had like a little suitcase.
I had the brick cell
The
phone.
big brick, yeah.
It was like this, yeah.
You know, like I bet you back in the day, like you probably like have like a Walkman, tape player, and you got Phil Collins going on, just
Yes.
like
No, you can have a CD player.
Yeah.
well, yeah, it would be a CD player.
But you gotta watch your step because it'll start skipping.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, on top of that, again, you still have to have Phil Collins.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, you just sit there and just be like, I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
No, he's like rocking some Yanni or something.
Yeah. A little bit of Bon Jovi. Yeah.
No, I can see you rocking some Yanni,
Yeah.
playing the
No.
playing that out of the side of his mouth or whatever.
No, Yanni is
Sax?
No, that's Kenny G.
Kenny G, that's who it is.
That's probably what you're thinking about.
Yeah, you're gonna play some Kenny G
Kenny
on
G.
your Walkman CD player with your like over the ear headphones that barely having like the little wire across the top of your head. And, yeah.
That's right.
See, that's why you need to get like like the next big project would be, like they make those giant boom boxes, like old school 80s style boom boxes, but they're now tuned to team up with your
Smartphones
via Bluetooth. So you just be walking around just like,
Now you just clip it in, like instead
clip it in.
Instead of a tape player, it's got the little YouTube, like the little clip for the cell phone, whatever. Yeah, there you go.
And we have digressed once again.
And no, it's still set up like a tape player, but you just slide the phone in there and it like hooks up to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
with the thumbprint.
Yes.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. Work on that. Somebody work on that. I want that now.
I think it's already out.
Is it with the cell phone like clip thing that looks like the tape player?
I believe I've seen some pictures of it.
All right, we're gonna have to get one of
we're
those.
gonna find this shit and we'll post it up.
And then we'll start like beatboxing and getting like some cardboard out and do some
hit up some hoops with kids after school.
No, I'm talking about like doing some breakdancing out in the middle of the court.
Yes.
The basketball court.
With,
Get some cardboard out so we can actually do some sick moves.
with
Such sick spins.
Neon colored clothing.
Yeah. I'll get my Mardi Gras fly hat and we'll do that.
There you go.
As long as we don't do because you know what's gonna happen. Like you gotta sit there and you're gonna be b-balling and you're gonna sit there and go into your 6 spins and all of a sudden you're gonna feel the slowdown and then all of a sudden it's like, days go by and still I think of you.
That's right. With parachute pants.
With parachute pants,
yes. Yeah, there you go. We're bringing that back.
That's right.
It's going to be a thing. Just wait.
Be a thing, man.
Jenkos are back. Parachute pants are coming next. Just wait and watch.
Too legit to quit,
Yeah,
bro.
that's right.
Too legit to quit.
Exactly.
Well, cut it out. I'm bringing that back too.
God.
Going
we're completely gone south at this point. So
it's fine. No, let's just keep going. It's great. This is fucking hilarious.
Lordy. But we have hit our hour mark, so I think it is time to wrap things up appropriately.
I'm getting kind of buzzed now. So.
You are more than kind of buzzed at this point.
No, I'm just sort of.
Yeah.
Time flies when we're having fun.
Yeah.
Yes, it does at that.
Let's do clinks. Get your empty Dr. Pepper. Or non-funded
soda beverage.
It's soda
fizzy
pop.
drink.
But anywho, folks, so yeah, like I said, next week, expect, we'll have Pants Plays, and then we'll have Nebbycast, and of course we'll have Thoughtful Thursday. Those are pretty much going to be the only stuff that we're running for the week.
Yep.
And we'll be kind of back to a normal schedule on next Sunday with that Nebbycast. In the meantime, as always, this is your boy, Fearless Billy Newanda. And on behalf of...
Click like, subscribe, comment, do all the things.
Yeah.
And
watch
also,
all of our stuff.
Yeah.
And also on behalf of...
A-Kon, the delivery man.
And Rumm! There's no rum in this, by the way. It's other stuff.
Yeah. As always, we will like to tell you good night and good luck. So,
Laugh a lot. Subscribe.
Laugh a
Click
lot.
and subscribe.
Later!